It's like fun to think about everybody's lives that they're going to go back to and the time off they're going to have and the kids they haven't seen because they've been away from months and making that worthwhile for them. It feels like Christmas morning when you finally get to say thank you. Everybody has the same message on their card, so I was hoping you could open it.
I needed that in my life.
Sure.
Making certain things seem a little bit more important than they may seem at that age.
Man.
So I mean, it's just a nonstop, growing process that I feel like I can relate to the youth because I kind of have been in their shoes to where I look up at a sports star and I still kind of look at Deion Sanders, a guy
Sure.
like that. Like I've idolized Deion since I was a little kid. Like, man, straight to my feet. Dun, 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 dun.
Hey, did you ever play Primetime on Genesis?
Definitely.
Will you ever press the mash the C button? See ya. Now I own you.
Listen, Deion's the ultimate, man. He's been one of my favorites since the early days. I remember I had like this little Deion Sanders action figure, man.
Yeah.
I would act like I was him on like a punt return or something like that, and I don't know. It's just taking it back to the childhood days. The way I looked at guys like him and Irvin. And, even a guy named Bernie Kosar.
Never heard of him.
A lot of people don't really know him.
No, he's from the land. We know him. We know all about him.
I had his jersey when I was like 3, 4, 5 years old, and I would never take that thing off.
Sure.
So the way I looked at these guys, I can relate to see how kids in the Kansas City community may look at the Chiefs. So it's just it's something where if I can put myself in somebody's shoes and I can help them out, if I can give them hope, put a smile on their face, let alone giving them anything else in life. Just a smile on their face is enough for me.
Man. So, going back to that moment, so we talked about how fundamentalism can help you get through a difficult time. And you're a dude, again, I told you, it just seems like you're enjoying every moment. I'm guessing, when you're referencing these children and perspective in life and the struggles that people go through and the smile that you could put on their face, I'm guessing there was a point in your life that was just like, damn, I don't know if I could get through this moment. Like, just one of the most challenging times of your whole entire life. And I know it sucks sometimes to be vulnerable, but I feel like that's the only way for folks to grow and get better
definitely.
Is to go there. So what's one of the most challenging moments in your life?
Well, I recently had I was fortunate enough to have an E60 on me and my brother.
Yes.
And that was one of the coolest things ever is that, the E60 actually saw our relationship and some of the things that I've been through in life as like interesting, so I never in my life thought that, my life would be something as like showcased as enough to be on ESPN.
Yep.
But all that aside, in the E60, it talks about when I got kicked off of my college team. I got my scholarship revoked. Now, I was always a kid that just, I was very fortunate. I was 6'5", I could run like a deer, and I had good instincts on all athletic fields. So I naturally got the nod above a lot of kids.
I get it.
So I was fortunate enough to get a scholarship, which my brother wasn't. He was a hard worker ever since day one. He was even though he was tall and a big dude, he had to really like work for it.
Sure.
He worked for his scholarship to earn a scholarship at the University of Cincinnati like 2 years afterwards, and that's a story in itself. But I got the scholarship to the University of Cincinnati. I got redshirted my freshman year and just decided to just become this like party animal.
Yeah.
And I mean, it happens to a lot of kids in college. I mean, your first year away from home, you're free.
You become Ric Flair.
Yeah. You enjoy the life that you were born to live, So I kind of got, I don't want to say I got messed up in the wrong things, but what I ended up doing was I didn't focus on what I really wanted in life, and that was to be a professional athlete. Ever since I was a kid, I told my mom I'm going to be a professional athlete, and I'm going to get you this house, get you this car. Granted, my mom doesn't let me buy her anything, but back to the story, I wanted to be a professional athlete, and I didn't see my time early on in my college career as, I'm trying to become a professional athlete.
Like you're building a foundation.
Like I'm building the foundation,
Yeah.
exactly. No, I was out enjoying life.
You were turning up.
I was turning the fuck up. I was out there getting drinks Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
Yes.
just going into practice hammered, and it was it wasn't.
You'd go to practice hammered.
I'd go to practice hungover.
Okay, fair enough.
But
all right.
I mean, technically, if somebody were to pull me over and give me a breathalyzer,
You're done.
I'm done. So and that's just as an athlete, not the way to go. If you want to treat your body the right way,
sure,
not what you want to be doing. So, needless to say, that life caught up to me, and that's the one thing that I have noticed throughout it all, that if you're doing the wrong things, that shit will catch up to you.
Sure, absolutely.
So I've been very, very, once this did happen, I ended up getting kicked off the team for other reasons.
Sure.
You know, partying too much is what I like to tell everybody.
That's fair enough.
So partying too much, I ended up getting kicked off and wasn't allowed to play college sports for 365 days. Wow. So I missed an entire year of which I could be building a resume, getting better, taking reps and understanding the game better, things like that.
Yeah.
I had all that taken away from me because I was so negligent of what I really wanted to do or what I should be doing. And that's building that foundation to be a professional athlete.
So how'd you cope with that? Like, did it knock you down a peg?
What? Did it knock me down?
I mean, you know, some knuckleheads aren't present.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I guess the one thing that it ruined the most, I could really care less about what people view me as, but the what it did to my family, how upset my parents were, I can't even say they were really that upset. They were just disappointed.
Sure,
you know?
And that's worse, right?
And that's the worst thing ever is to like disappoint like your mother, your father, you know, that are so proud and happy and you know just loving and caring and will do anything for you. You know, that killed me, and from that point on. Actually, my quick story. My barber gave me when I was in high school. My barber gave me a speech to go look at, and it's a professor from Carnegie Mellon called "The Last Speech."
Yeah.
I think it's something Parrish, but I could get you the name of it. But either way, it's he ends his speech, or he ends his last lecture. That's what it was called.
The last lecture. Yes, I'm familiar.
He ends the last lecture with. It's not how you achieve your dreams. It's not the way it's not how you achieve your dreams. It's how you lead your life. If you lead your life in the right directions, your dreams will simply come to you. And from that point on, I told myself, just live genuine, make the right decisions in terms of where you want to be in life.
Right.
That is, if you want to be a professional athlete, going out on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of the week is not the way to go. Maybe after a game, celebrating after a game is completely fine, or something like that. If you want to party in that aspect, or if you want to go out, but don't make it detrimental to what you're doing.
It started, as these things always do now, with a single clip and a comment section that refused to calm down. Somewhere in the swirl of reactions to Travis Kelce's latest podcast appearance, a rumor took hold and would not let go. One so specific and so tender that fans could not stop repeating it to each other. The whisper was this: Travis had a new nickname for Taylor. Not baby. Not babe. Something softer. My lil' angel. Nobody can point to the exact frame where it happened. That is the thing about internet folklore. It does not need a timestamp to spread. It only needs enough people who want it to be true. And with these two, people always want it to be true. Every glance, every inside joke, every offhand line gets slowed down, screenshotted, and passed around like scripture. So when word started circulating that Travis had called Taylor his lil' angel during a recent podcast sit-down, the fandom did not pause to fact-check. It combusted. Within hours, the phrase was trending in fan spaces. Edits appeared, stitched together from old red carpet moments and stadium hugs, all captioned with the same 3 words. Some accounts swore they heard it clearly. Others admitted they were repeating what someone else swore they heard. That is how a rumor becomes canon, one confident retweet at a time, until nobody remembers where it actually started, only that it feels exactly like something Travis would say. And honestly, would it be surprising? This is a man who has never been shy about how he feels about her, who has talked about being smitten in real time on his own show, who once compared meeting her to something out of an 80s movie. A nickname like that would not come out of nowhere. It would fit. It would feel earned. which is exactly why fans latched onto it so hard. Because even if nobody can prove the exact words, the sentiment tracks perfectly with everything he has already shown the world. Still, there is a difference between vibes and verification, and right now this lives firmly in the second category of internet truth, the kind built on hope and pattern recognition rather than a transcript. No official clip has surfaced with those exact words. No confirmation from either side. Just a rumor with legs, spreading because it feels plausible, because these two have made a habit of turning private tenderness into public spectacle without even trying. But that has never stopped anyone before. If anything, the ambiguity only fuels it further. Fans are now combing back through every recent appearance frame by frame, convinced the proof is sitting there waiting to be found. Timestamps are being debated. Audio is being cleaned up and replayed. Somewhere out there, someone is convinced they can hear it if you turn the volume up just right. Whether the nickname is real or simply the internet doing what it does best, turning affection into legend, one thing is certain. People are not letting this go anytime soon. And if it does turn out to be true, if somewhere in that podcast archive Travis really did call her his lil angel, it will only confirm what fans have believed from the very beginning. That underneath all the fame and all the noise, this is still just two people who look at each other like nobody else exists.